right. Shalom. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, glory, and infinite honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors be to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings, salutations be to the hopeful elect. All right, this lesson, as you can probably see with the verse I got pulled up at the top, it's going to be going into faith. All right, now faith is hands down, definitely one of the, but honestly, it is the greatest quality in this ministry. Okay, and the reason I say one of, because there's a lot of qualities that are very, very, very crucial to have in this ministry, such as humility, such as being brotherly, things like that. And they really all go together. They really all hold hands with each other, so to speak. Now, faith is something that majority of this planet lacks. Our majority of this planet doesn't truly have faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai. They don't believe in Yahweh Shemel Shai at all, to be quite frank. All right, because they worship Jesus Christ, they worship Buddha, Allah, they worship the God of Christianity, which is Satan, right? They don't worship Yahweh Shemel Shai. You see? And we've proven that time and time again because their actions show forth, what they're really about. All right, if the Most High tells you not to eat swine's flesh, but they say, oh, well, Jesus Christ died for sins, and they eat a ham dinner, that shows that they're not serving the Lord. They don't believe in the God and the Messiah that we're speaking about. Okay? Who, by the way, are two separate powers. All right? Yahweh is the Almighty Heavenly Father. He's omnipotent, meaning all-powerful. And Yahweh Shai is his only begotten Son, who falls right under him in ranking. All right? Who is the Lamb without blemish, the Messiah, the nation of Israel. Okay? And there's none other names. Some people try to say, well, they have many names. No, they don't. No, they don't. Let somebody come up to you and say, yeah, my name is Carlos, and also Philip, and Jeffrey, and Thomas, and Martin, and you can call me any of these. That doesn't even, that doesn't make any sense, bro. Like what? So you mean to tell me this guy, which we know we're not talking about a mortal person, but you mean to tell me if people call this guy all sorts of different names, when he's out in public in a crowd, he's going to turn his head and look, come on, bro. It's just out of order. That's confusion. All right, the Most High has one name. Now they have many titles, because titles is something that you gain. All right, titles is something that you're awarded, essentially. Just like in this truth, we got the apostles. They're not the apostles for no reason. They're the apostles because they put in the work. They've been in 35 plus years. Okay, and the same with elders. Apostle Tahar said, if you're 10 plus in, then you're an elder. You got brothers that are called bishop, and these are titles that were awarded unto them for their works, for their faith, for their support in the ministry. Okay, just like in the military, how you receive badges, through acts of war that you do, through acts of valor. You see, it's no different. Which is why when you have a guy that's been in for a short period of time, and he's trying to call himself the chief, bishop, high priest, deacon, Kahan, Malak, God, elder, I'm just throwing that's not, you don't give yourself titles, bro. All right, that's not you're just trying to be seen by men. You're trying to put it's about vainglory to you. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, I've been talking too damn much. Go ahead and turn this heat down. It's getting toasty. So James 1:6 says, but let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. Okay, so you can see it said what? Nothing wavering. Now, when Apostle Peter had walked on the water when Yahushua told him, to come to him. Did Yahushua walk on the water? Or Salaki. Well, of course Yahushua did. But did Apostle Peter walk on the water? Yes, he did. But then it talks about the tempest, the storms, and he wavered. He wavered in his mind, in his faith. And because of that, he fell in. You see? But Apostle Peter, up until that point, took a few steps on the water. You see? So when it tells you in Philippians 4:13, we can do all things through Mashiach, that's a true statement. The Lord is not a man that he should lie. Right? But what that means is you have to have faith. Yahushua said if you have the faith of a grain of mustard seed, you can move mountains. A grain of mustard seed is tiny, which shows that a lot of us, most of us, if not all of us, as of right now, lack that faith. And that's why we're getting built up every day. Lucky one to sip my coffee. Verse 7 says, "For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord." Right? And I believe it was Elder Ward in a lesson or a camp. He had said, when you're praying to the Lord, you gotta envision yourself having it right then and there. That's exactly it. Because if you're over here praying for wisdom, and the next 5 minutes you're calling yourself stupid and you don't believe that the Lord's truly going to give you it, then guess what? You're not going to get it. You got to believe. Another thing with prayer is you got to understand. You can't be discouraged and have seeds of doubt grow in your head from Satan just because it's not coming the way you perceived it to come. It doesn't mean that 10 minutes later you're going to watch a video and all of a sudden you're going to understand the whole universe. And that's what you be thinking sometimes. No, what you actually prayed for, believe it or not, when you prayed for wisdom, you prayed for a flat tire. And you may hear this and you're like, huh? And that's because the Lord is going to put you through scenarios where he is going to force you to utilize the attributes he's given you, and it's going to strengthen you. All right? Now, that may not be the exact thing. That might be more so for patience or whatever, But the point is, it's not going to come, tomorrow before 9 p.m. like an Amazon package just wrapped up in your mailbox. It's not going to, a knock on your door, I need you to sign here. It's not going to be like that, okay? It's never been like that. The Lord is going to put you through scenarios that is going to force you to become a better man. Force you to apply the scriptures and learn from your mistakes. Okay? This is verse 8. It says a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. And Esau is the most double-minded man there is. And you can see how unstable he is. And what? The Lord doesn't like him. But what else is being unstable? Going out in the highways and byways and doing this work and saying you believe, but then you're not actually doing anything you're talking about behind closed doors, or not actually having faith that you're of the elect or that this is the truth. That's double-minded. Why are you even doing it then? Right? When you're in this thing 100%, because that's another thing, man. Being hot versus being cold and being lukewarm, it goes beyond just your works. It goes beyond just, okay, this guy, he has the spirit to do 10 videos, but he's only doing 2. It goes beyond just works. Okay, it goes beyond works. And what I mean by that is it goes into a lot of things. It goes into faith too. Because there might be somebody that is doing 10 videos. Making videos doesn't really require faith, on the type of level that you may think. Because essentially you're just, because what some guys really do, and I'm not saying it's a lot of guys, but they hear, they may listen to a video and they literally memorize it and then they regurgitate it, a week later on their own video. And they don't actually believe anything that was said. They don't actually apply any of the words that were said. They just remember it. That doesn't take faith. Now, what it takes faith to do is believe on that video and believe, this is the way I need to live and apply it to your life. And the reason we apply things to our life, especially from the scriptures, is because we have fear in the Most High. Because we know that,
Okay, we just listened to a video saying not to do this, not to do that, and we go out and do that through the fear of the Lord. We know that there's a judgment coming onto us, so we don't do those things. You see, but being lukewarm goes into more than just videos, because you may have somebody that's hot in the work. You may have somebody that's charitable, but they might not actually have faith like that. They might be constantly doubting the Most High, and that just shows that we all have our own things that we have to grow on. That just shows that we all have our own things, our own attributes that we have to increase, right? That we have to make primary points of progress. And we all could use more faith. We could all because none of us here on the planet are perfect. We're striving for perfection, but none of us have reached that point. You see. But let me go get this. Part of what I said makes sense. Because when it talks about being hot, that means you gotta be indulged in this truth, man. You gotta be on fire with the work. You gotta make sure you're doing everything you're supposed to be. That means you gotta be fellowshipping too. It means you gotta be reading. You gotta be doing everything, the whole nine, like they say. Okay. And on top of that, you gotta have faith. You gotta be actually applying these scriptures. It's about more than just turning on the camera and bringing out a couple precepts, man. Just like on the flip side, it's about more than just, getting together with brothers eating chicken. You know what I'm saying? This is about Yahweh Shema Shai. This is about feeding the flock and getting the fuck out of Dodge, man. Getting the hell out of here before, that missiles hit. Being scarcely delivered by them chariots. That's what it's about. And the apostles and elders and brothers on down know and teach that. And that's why I'm teaching it, because those are my teachers, all the people I've named just now. But this is Hebrews 11 and 6. It says, "But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him." So right there, boom, you have to believe that the Lord is going to reward you for what you've done. You have to believe that. Okay? And at times it may not be easy to have faith at times, especially with this, because this world essentially trains you up to be dependable on the government and, to have an atheist mindset. These people profess they know and believe in God, but they really don't. They really don't. And once again, their actions show that. Okay? But we're going to get into what faith is real quick, and then I'm probably going to close it. Hebrews 11 and 1, this was edifying. It says, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Okay? So, and some examples of that, like Yahweh Shai. We haven't seen Yahweh Shai, physically in the flesh. We didn't see him get crucified, right? But yet we believe. We didn't see Moses and the Israelites cross the Red Sea, yet we believe. We didn't see Noah, in his ark, yet we believe. That right there is faith, you see? But we need to understand that if you lack faith now and you have a hard time believing that the Lord is going to deliver you out of this and that, then how much more so in the time of Jacob's trouble? And that goes to myself firstly, because I'll have doubts sometimes, about certain bills, and it's like, oh, well, I'm fretting, I'm getting stressed in the mind, like, damn, how am I going to pay for this? How am I going to pay for that? And it's like, bro, the Lord has given you a job, and you're over here lacking faith on how you're going to get the bills paid. But then what about in Jacob's trouble when you can't go to the grocery store and you don't have a job? How are you going to eat? It just shows that even now, although we have jobs and cars and houses and women and family, all these different commodities is what I'm going to call them, right? These different conveniences. It's still at the end of the day the Lord taking care of us, right? It's just a more, I guess you could say a more carnal aspect of it. It's easier to have faith right now than it is pretty soon. All right, because you're getting a paycheck next Friday. So it's easy for you to say, yeah, the Lord's got me, because and that shows how weak this flesh is, man. Because your flesh knows that you're getting paid next Friday, and they know it's going to be a good sum check for these bills, because all you got is rent, or whatever, right? So you're not down, you're cool. But what about when you don't have a job? What about when you don't have money, period? And you don't have a job, and now you're about to lose your house, and you can't go to the grocery store because you didn't take the chip. You see? Things like this is a reality. All right? It's a reality that we, as professed men of the Lord, which Lord, well, we are men of the Lord, of the elect, we believe we are, right? We're going to have to take these things head on pretty soon, and we're going to have nothing but faith. Okay? We're not going to be able to hit up, WhatsApp and, hey, Shalom, you're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to call up a brother and say, well, what should I do in this situation? You're not. So that's why you need to really soak it up and not take advantage, but enjoy it and indulge in it as much as you can now, because once it's gone, bro, until the kingdom, So, hey, Lord, let us edify to the elect, and when you give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem Rachak Kodash. The bonds be to the apostles and the elders of great millstone, and rule well. Peace, blessing, salutations be to the hopeful elect. With that said, Shalom, Awafil Bo.